Alright, let's play some matches. Man, what a great hand to show how wonderfully consistent this deck is. I mean, I guess we could technically play this Allosaurus Rider pitching the two Eldritch Evolutions here, but that's pretty terrible, especially considering one of the things we want to evolve into is in our hand. This sounds much better. Yeah, I'm happy to top that, I think. I guess this hand's a little soft to a discard spell with keeping that on top. He says as he gets thought seized. Noble Hierarch. Okay, maybe Counters Company. Let's lead on Llanowar Elves here. Keeping this on top might have been greedy, but he can make some mana. Hey, Brown's gone. No blocks here. Thanks for stopping by. No blocks. They're also on a Mana Dork hand. Resource here is an excellent draw for us. I can go ahead and go Dwynen's Elite, which makes 2 elves, and then I can play this Heritage Druid. And we can actually just Eldritch Evolution if we want here, but I think I'd rather just play the Elvish Visionary out here. If we hit like an Allosaurus Rider, we can still evolve up here at some point, which we did. So I'm just gonna pass now. If we draw a green card next turn, we can go ahead and turn this Allosaurus Rider into an Elesh Norn. We can actually just cast this thing too, right? We've got each of these elves technically makes a mana, so that's like 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we're 1 short. Also, Stirring Wildwood implies they're maybe playing a fair deck, but like Birds of Paradise implies there's more ramp involved, so I'm not quite sure what our opponent's doing just yet. Siege Rhino, so probably a more fair deck. I'm gonna Fatal Push my Heritage Druid. Okay, sure. So we want to draw a green card here. Drew a land. That's unfortunate. Alright, what do we want to do here? I suppose I can technically draw a card with this and hit a green source and then play the Allosaurus Rider, but because they killed the Heritage Druid, we can't actually evolve it into anything useful here. I could evolve my Elvish Visionary into a Sylvan Messenger here and pick up some more elves possibly, but that doesn't seem particularly good either. I only know 2 cards in their hand. I'm going to start by drawing, see what we get. Sure, another land. That's pretty terrible. I guess I'm going to play this tapped and hope to draw a green card next turn. That's most of our deck, right? If we're not drawing a land, we're almost certainly drawing a green card. And we're through 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we're supposed to have fetch there just because of how few lands are left in our deck. Thin it out a little bit. We're going to draw like the other Temple Garden and hate ourselves here. We're going to take 5 off the Siege Rhino hit. Another Rhino, we might be in trouble. Lingering Soul, sure. Those die to Elesh Norn, so flash them back, please. Hey, come on. Any green card here. Any green card. Any green magic card would be great. Please? Moto, please? Sweet. I don't think we can afford to be greedy with this Lead the Stampede. I think we just want to do our stuff here. So let's go ahead and play this fetch. We can almost kill them here too, right? So we can do this, and then we can exile by pitching 2 green cards here. Like, if I want to be really greedy here, I could Lead the Stampede and try and find a Heritage Druid, but I think I just want to guaranteed put the Elesh Norn on the table here. So we'll do that. We'll clean out our opponent's side of the board. We'll attack for a bunch. If they have a path here, we could theoretically die, I guess, but if they don't have a path, they're very dead. You have a Maelstrom Pulse too, I suppose. Start by drawing a card, I guess. If they had a path, they probably would have just pathed us and swung, right? So I think I want to just do what I'm doing here. He's gonna attack with everything. You do you, opponent. Alright, got him. Sweet. We bricked for a turn there, but ended up coming through. Devout Lightcaster is probably fine in this matchup. She, when she comes into play, she gets to void a black permanent, and then has protection from black, so it can, like, tag Lilianas and stuff like that. I don't know that this is a matchup we want Path to Exile in, necessarily. Oh, this is probably a Hornet Queen matchup. I don't think I want Iona. They have too many different colors in the deck. Like, we want to name black and we want to name white. Hornet Queen puts 4 bodies into play, so it goes kind of wide against them, which is nice. I could see Chord and Path both being reasonable, but I'm not sure I want either of those. They have Forest in their deck, so we definitely want the Elvish Champion for Forest Walk. I think I want Cenobite for clearing out the board like we did there. I could just, like, trim a Boreal Druid on the draw. Maybe Ezuri isn't particularly great. I guess he demands an answer. We've got, like, a lot of things that demand answers. I think I'm going to trim the Ezuri. That might be wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to just go down an Allosaurus Rider, since I'm, like, okay evolutioning for, like, Sylvan Messenger in this matchup. That's probably not completely unreasonable. Just, like, do this. We're also going to evolution for Devout Lightcaster on occasion. Yeah, our 3s are pretty good in this matchup, so let's do that. Someone asked, did this deck do well recently? Nope, this is just a deck idea I've had that I've never had a chance to really optimize, so I'm playing it a little bit tonight. Opponent will likely have something like Damnation in their deck post-board, so that's something we want to think about. I guess it's slightly less likely since they're playing a deck that has a bunch of mana creatures in it, like ours, but needs to keep in our mind at the very least. Sounds pretty good. Lead the Stampede is fantastic in these fair matchups. Basically just as, like, draw 2 to 4 cards. Hey, Petehead. Heritage Druid is so good. It's so good. Yes, I would like to pick 2 life. I would like to play this. I would like to play this. And then what do I want to do here? The question becomes, do I want to... I could just, like, evolution or something. I think I'm just going to lead the Stampede here, actually. Just, like, in case they have a discard spell, I would like to generate some card advantage here. And look at that. Just casual draw 4. What a great first use of that card. Give my opponent might need a bag to throw up into here. You know, part of me wonders if I'm supposed to have some kind of sweet 6 for the Sylvan Messenger to turn into, but I'm not sure. Am I going to play the Jund Kiki deck? I don't actually think any of the Kiki decks are particularly well positioned in Modern right now, especially with the introduction of the Counters Company deck that they've been calling it. Like, you're nowhere near linear enough to keep up with all the other things other people are doing, basically. Like, can I get swept here? That's probably not something I'm interested in having happen, right? Let's start on Sylvan Messenger and see what we get here. We could theoretically hit an Allosaurus Rider and then kind of go nuts. Elvish Champion and Boreal Druid deal. The Kiki deck just isn't linear enough to keep up with the other things that are good in Modern, basically. So, I think I'm just going to go... How many idiots do I want to play? Are we playing around a sweeper? Raise your hand in chat if you're playing around a sweeper here. If we don't play around a sweeper, we can probably just, like, push their stuff in, right? I feel like I'm not supposed to play around a sweeper here. I gotta play more. Well, I need to play at least one more. I'm gonna have to move to hand size, right? So, like, should I commit this Elvish Visionary to the table? I think I should commit the Elvish Visionary to the table, right? It replaces itself. Like, I could commit another Visionary to the table because it replaces itself. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna play out the ones that replace themselves here at least. Our leftovers are pretty good here. Is this good? If so, why? Please explain. We didn't come here to watch you to play around a sweeper, right? I think I'm gonna be conservative and stop here. We've only got 7 cards in hand here, so like they're pretty dead on board, I feel like. So go. I mean, everyone else in chat wants to see me lose, Pete, is what you got to think about here. I think you're right. There's just like, I think playing out the Visionaries is reasonable because like they draw cards, but like, please get a forest. Please get a forest. The Tech Zombie with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you and welcome to the stream. I appreciate it. And like, even if they damnation us here, right? We're just gonna like play more idiots out next turn. I mean, they'll be a little bit ahead if they have a damnation here, but like, it doesn't hurt that bad. So, Elvish Champion, for those who are unaware, gives all of our elves Forest Walk, which is, you know, D's plus. Tap out for a Siege Rhino so I can kill you, opponent. Can you tap out for a Siege Rhino, please? I would love it. I would love it if you put a Siege Rhino on the table. Just like, moo cow. Miller TK with the 16-month free subscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back, friend. It's a long time. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, if he leaves up removal here for the Elvish Champion, he might live. But like, if he just like jams Battle Cattle here, he's so dead. Gideon, equally dead. Doesn't even gain life. You're so dead, opponent. They know I have the Elvish Champion. Okay, I actually haven't counted yet myself, but I'm assuming my opponent's dead here. This alone might be lethal. I have an Elvish Archdruid too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Taste the Elvish Champion. What's this elf deck do? Well, you see, the elf deck can put Iona into play on turn 2. That's what this deck is doing. We can put Iona and Elesh Norn into play on the second turn of the game. I did re-enable the Magic Online sounds. On the draw this game. Power and control. This hand is a pretty easy mulligan. Our cards here aren't particularly impressive, and we have the Iona in our opening hand where we don't want it. This hand's fine. It's like nothing exciting, which is fine. 10 out of 10 bottoming another land here. There's only 18 lands in our deck, and 4 of them are Horizon Canopy, so they cycle, which is great. The deck's basically working on 14 lands, which is stellar. We bottomed that, right? Put the top card on the bottom. Yes, I did. Oh, Moto. Another Ebzan deck? It doesn't have a lot going on. Boreal Druid, sure. Get big boy Boreal here. I'd like to shock myself. I'd like to play Heritage Druid. I'd like to activate Heritage Druid and cast this. Hopefully they play something stupid here that doesn't involve killing this. Fiend Hunter. Okay, that kind of involves killing this. We can evolve one of... Oh. Sure. Deal. Elvish Archdruid. Okay, so... I think I'm just going to fetch this tapped. No, I should probably just put the Archdruid into play, right? Unfortunately, I can't... Fortunately, I can't Eldritch Evolution this turn and play the Archdruid. So yeah, I'm just going to play the Archdruid, and then we'll smash into them for 7 here. We'll take 5 because I get the free block here. And then next turn, we can Evolution for a Elvish Champion and Forest Walk them. If you play the Saheeli deck, how do you feel it compares to the new Abzan deck? I have played with the Saheeli deck, and I think it is much, much worse than these Abzan Counter Company deck. The Counter Company decks are very good and very scary. Another Amen. A Kitchen Finks, that's adorable. Man, a plastic bag on a monument. Alright, so let's play this. Let's activate this for 5. 6, 7. So I'm going to Eldritch Evolution this. No, stop it. Oh, I need to pay a mana. Okay, got it. And then I want to sacrifice this. And now I'm going to go get Elvish Champion, so my idiots are unblockable. Maybe I should have just done this. Did I mess this up? I might have messed this up. Yeah, I think I messed this up. I didn't actually count what the optimal amount of damage was. I just wanted Forest Walks here. We might get comboed now because I'm an idiot. Are they just dead if I just activated this? This would have been -2 here. This would have been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, this would have just been lethal. I shouldn't have done the whole... Alright, if they combo us here, I deserve it. Although I guess they could have blocked, but if they're blocking... Okay, maybe they weren't dead if they blocked. I think it was exactly 16, right? Because this would have been 10, 16, and they were at 16, so they could have put some chumps up. They're dead anyways. Okay, so they could have chumped, but maybe making them chump is better than what I did there. At any rate, we won the game. Gaddock Teeg gets to come in because he turns off their Chord of Callings and Collected Companies. Path to Exile is reasonable. Linvala is excellent. I don't know if I'm into Rest in Peace or not. I don't think Iona is particularly great. Rest in Peace shuts off the infinite life half of their combo, but it doesn't do much past that. Are these Path to Exile supposed to be here? I don't know that I need a second Archdruid. They don't have a ton of removal in their deck, although they're probably porting in some removal. Is Ezuri's text box going to be relevant? I feel like it really wasn't there. The Elvish Champion was probably enough, so maybe I don't need these two in my deck. I can trim one of these middle dorks. I don't think... Do I want these paths is really what it comes down to. I don't think I do. Maybe just one. It's like just the tip. Do I want to like swap one of my 1-drop dorks out for a Path to Exile here? Yeah, I'm just going to submit like this, I think. Let's give this a go. This hand's pretty slow. They mulligan to 6, though. Okay, I'm going to keep this hand because I can Eldritch Evolution my Visionary into a Linvala on turn 3. And with them on 6, hopefully they're not going to combo us before then. Well, that's a heck of a first land to play out. Opponent bottomed the top card, so this might be over quick. I don't know, Pain, because that's a different deck. That's the answer I'm going with, because that's a different deck. We are doing what I'm doing here because this is what I felt like doing this evening. Yeah, opponent's just got a whole lot of nothing going on. Well then, hello, Elesh Norn. We are just going to cast you, it looks like. I'm sure there are a lot of different ways you could build these different things. I wanted to Eldritch Evolution Allosaurus Riders. Sure, yep. just draw the Linvala naturally. Why not? So this, I can't actually cast the Linvala just yet. So this makes 4. Cast this Elvish Visionary, draw a card. Then I can cast this Linval, and then we'll just kill them next turn by casting the Elesh Norn. Attack for 2. Good on, Brandon. And Linvala shuts off mana abilities on cards like Devoted Druid. So, they are pretty screwed here. You're not wrong. This was a pretty good. Outside of the lack of a 1-drop on 1, and we have a lot of 1-drops. All right, very quickly 2-0-4-0. So people are all about this Counters Company deck. I would just like the record to reflect that we've clearly cracked it in half with our Allosaurus Riders and Eldritch Evolutions. This is a deck I tested a little bit shortly after Eldritch Evolution was printed, and I just had so much going on that I didn't have a lot of time to devote to this deck, and it felt like it had legs then, and it still feels like it has legs now. It's got a nut draw. It's toolboxy. God, only 1 match away from getting our money back. How good is that? These opening hands have just been poop, though. Good golly. Just... I did cut the 12th mana guy. I'm only playing 3 Boreal Druids in this build. I don't think I can keep this in good conscience. That seems much more reasonable. I'm on the play or the draw. I'm on the play, so yeah, we're going to top that because we're going to fetch it away anyways. We're looking to draw like a Lead the Stampede to get right back into this game. Lead the Stampede's our way to gas back up on mulligans like this. As it showed in the first match, that card can easily draw, so, like up to 4 cards, so 2 to 3 is the average, but, still, even just like a 3-cost divination is pretty good. Watch him be playing Burn. We just fetch shocked for no reason. God, we're about to get Goblin Guide. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. The Goblin Guide is coming. Wild Nicottle, alright. Nactal Burn, sure. Elvish Archdruid. Even on the play, this hand's probably going to be a little bit too slow. Missing our second land drop. Some kind of zoo deck, not Burn? Temple Garden usually means a zoo variation instead of Burn. I wish I was plus 2 points of life. I should probably just be conservative and fetch basic forest when in doubt here. Burning Emissary? Yeah. You can tell which spell they're casting by how they click on Magic Online. It's kind of funny. To the new age. Welcome to the new age. Radioactive, radioactive. Probably too slow here, but yeah, that's what we got. This is scale of 1 to dead. This is almost certainly dead. Fit right in. Oh, just a Goblin Guide. JK. Dwynen's Elite. Okay, it's one of the better cards we could draw here. We'll block this here. Take 3. Yep. Die to Atarka's Command. Oh yeah, super dead to Atarka's Command. Kill me. Kill me! Yeah, I died before I could concede. Forge-Tender's probably fine. I don't know if this is an Iona matchup, is it? I'd probably rather have a Hornet Queen as my backup. It's more castable if we draw it. Think there's anything else I want in this matchup? Probably don't need the Sylvan Messenger. It's not a matchup where we need to grind particularly well. Yeah, it did vend. I don't know, maybe Calcano like genuinely just wanted less data because he thought it would make Magic more fun, but a result of there being less data is that people like Calcano would be put at an advantage and people that don't have large teams like Calcano would be at a disadvantage, which isn't great. This seems probably fine. It's like not exciting, but it's fine. We're just like an Eldritch Evolution away from like putting an idiot into play on turn 2. And just lead on Boreal Druid here, and then if we draw Eldritch Evolution, we just like Allosaurus into Eldritch Evolution on 2. Put it mulligan. It's good for us. Got a Razorverge Thicket, one of our better lands in this matchup. Lands that don't hurt us, good against the aggressive decks. I might just Allosaurus Rider next turn because it's a 3/3, honestly. I'm going to have Burrenton Forge-Tender to protect it from removal. This matchup's probably pretty hard for us. They likely have Path Exile in their deck. Is that a Simian Spirit Guide? For fuck's sake. Oh, this was a friendly league. You're not allowed to play Simian Spirit Guide and join a friendly league. It's bullshit. Alright, play this. Caster Allosaurus Rider. He holds 7 mana 3/3. Its power at toughness is equal to the number of lands we control plus 1. Just fetch that out. I don't want to fetch it on their turn because then it'll go down to a 2/2 at a certain point. And, the problem, like I said, this matchup's probably hard for us. There's no guarantee that the Evolution's even good enough here because they likely have Path Exiles in their deck. Prevent damage from this Lightning Bolt to my Allosaurus Rider here. That's part of the reason we played that out, even though it could die to a Bolt. We have a 3/3 that can block your guys. Oh, this has Death Touch. Got it. No blocks. This card's pretty good. Pretty good with fetch lands. You got another one? Just experiment one, sure. Alright, it'll be a 4/4 this turn, which will be nice. I guess I could just draw a card here. If they had a Bolt, they probably would have killed this. We can draw an Evolution here. We can still cast it. We did not, so we cannot. Sure. That's pretty good. This can't block either of these now. Taking 5 here on this attack. No blocks. Yeah, I guess maybe cycling that land was probably better. It's gonna leave that uncracked, I think. 1 point of life could really matter. Keep taking my 2 here for now. We're not that dead. We can cast it if we got, what, 6 really good draws in our deck? Lead the Stampede's pretty good too. We actually have 7 mana here because Heritage Druid lets these idiots all tap for mana. So, like, we can cast an Elesh Norn or a Hornet Queen if we draw it here. Could hit Hornet Queen, Elesh Norn, Eldritch Evolution. One of our lords is pretty good too. See, it's fine. I guess it's still none of this blocks the Renegade very profitably here. In the dark, dark over. I'm gonna take a hit for 2 one more time here. No, geez, are we gonna see more than just this Renegade come across? That'd be scary. Hey Sid, evening. Sure. Well, you know, I mean, why not? The old hard cast and Allosaurus Riders for the amount of mana they're intended to be played for. Right, we're going to trade one of these for the 2-3 now. We could die here if they got they have an Atarka's Command. Yeah, why not? You did do Atarka's Command, really, though. That's it. Is this a ship with a squad turn? This feels like the we're gonna just like a space attack all. Yeah, right, Well Wisher. All right, I am plenty happy to just trade this at this point. Can't just keep letting that chip away at us. We'll get burned out at some point. Look at that. Where am I Stampede at? Oh, you know what? I probably should have left white up here in case I find Elesh Norn. Did not find Elesh Norn. Found plenty of friends, though. Look at all my friends. Alright, let's do that for 5. Cash this Elvish Visionary. Who doesn't love a draw 4 that draws more cards? Lead on these in case we hit hit an Eldritch Evolution. Could hit another Lead the Stampede too. Okay, yep. I think I'm going to save that for next turn. I think the conservative thing to do is to save that for next turn. We started streaming Magic Online again like 2.5 weeks ago. Beginning of the month-ish. God, watch us get pyroclasmed. This has to be the attack with all turn, right? Like they're losing time on how long their attack with all is going to be good for. They don't attack with all this turn, they are super dead. Nah, I'm not really traveling for Magic the rest of the year. Traveling for Magic is expensive. Yep. Where must Stampede at? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is this good? If so, why? Elvish Champion. How about unblockable elves, anyone? How do we feel about unblockable elves? I like unblockable elves. Opponent appears to be auto-passing. No Players' Championship is part of it, but, like, even when there is a Players' Championship, like, it's expensive to travel for Magic events. I'm just a simple man who wants to draw some Magic cards, and sometimes the green cards are just really good at drawing cards, you know? I think I'm fine with how he boarded. Nope. I think 4 colors to Hewley is not anywhere near linear enough. Like this deck, this is something like what you want to be doing in Modern. I want to goldfish a turn 2 lock, or like basically win the game. Like this deck can put Elesh, Norn, or Iona into play on turn 2, and like that's the type of obnoxious thing you want to be doing in Modern. Being interactive and kind of mid-rangey is generally not rewarded. Even the good mid-range interactive decks in Modern are decks that like do things like play Death Shadow and Street Wraith and stuff like that, so they can cheese their opponents out of the game. Like that's what you want to be doing if you're playing Modern. You're putting yourself at a fairly strict disadvantage if you're not trying to generate some free wins in some way, shape, or form. I would be very surprised if there's not a lot of Vizier decks. I think that deck is very, very good. I mean, thankfully, for those of us playing on Magic Online, the deck is, like, abysmal to play on Magic Online, so, like, you know, it won't be overrun with it online, at the very least. No 1-drop's good for us. Unless we're about to get bushwhacked next turn. Man, you know what sucks? Drawing a 4th land in your 18-land deck. Good news. This land cycles. We have Razorverge Thicket on 1. You know what's not to love? Didn't get bolted either. Jeez, everything is coming at Millhouse. Any, like, Burning Tree into Bushwhacker here to really apply pressure? How do I feel about Standard? Yeah, Marvel's miserable. Yeah. She said... Ooh, that's pretty good. We don't have a Rider to Evolution into, but that will be castable here some point soon. Hopefully. Let's see if this dies, I guess. Oh, they didn't have a second land, and then they drew a 1-drop. Okay. You talked about your favorite period in Modern, but have you ever written or spoke about what you would like in the current Modern? I probably came up in Discord while I was asleep. Yeah, I actually wrote an article called My Modern at one point last year that's still largely true. Just, like, get rid of the Phyrexian mana spells, get rid of the cards that make the format linear and non-interactive, like... This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 short of casting this Ezuri. Or I'm 1 short of casting... this Elesh Norn. So let's play this Ezuri out. So this makes 3. I think I boarded out most of my good stuff here. Yeah, Tron seems like a fine deck. Actually, Tron's not very good against the decks that are super linear in Modern, so maybe that's not a good choice. It does get some free wins, but it only gets free wins against people that are doing things they probably shouldn't be doing in Modern. Do I want to turn this into a different 3? I could turn this into another Archdruid, huh? Right? Sideboard, but my other Archdruid's in my deck? It is. Alright, let's just do that. Just wait a while. Make this in the pond no more. What are you gonna do around you? How dead are you, opponent? Feels like you're pretty dead. I think control decks are an awful choice in Modern because you're never going to generate a free win, and control decks are especially awful in Modern because you're never going to generate a free win. Like at least like the Felidar and Saheeli decks, like they're kind of slow and mid-rangey, but like they generate some free wins by having a combo kill in them. Like the control decks, on top of never generating a free win, they're also going to just like you can never prepare for everything in Modern. Like there's so many different linear strategies. Something is going to overrun you at some point. Yeah, Jund is basically a bad Death Shadow deck at this point. Stormer ad nauseum. I think Storm is probably the better of the two, but I don't really have experience with either of them to, like, give firsthand. Off looking at deck lists and looking at the format in general, I would assume that Storm is the better positioned of the two, but I don't have firsthand experience with either, so don't weigh what I said there with much weight. If that makes sense. Fun. Living in the real world. Hope everyone's having a good evening, hanging out playing some Modern. You're going to path my Archdruid. Man, you're going to be really sad when I Elesh Norn you next turn. Or maybe you have a second path and you won't be sad at all. Like, oh, who am I to judge, really? In the real world. Don't go crying. So, I don't want to crack this fetch because if they have a bolt, they'll be able to bolt this. So, I'm just going to start my turn. Chipotle is great. It's fantastic. Chipotle, really. So they have to, like, beat this Elesh Norn, and they have to, like, take the Archdruid or the Ezuri off the table, so we've got a lot going for us here. Ain't it good being all alone? Alright, well, we're 3-0 somehow. Let's go with the grace of God. The grace of God, we are 3-0. Lord knows it's not because the deck is good. It can't be because the deck is good, right? I was assured that this deck was awful. Mostly by myself, though, so, like, I'm known to be an idiot. How does this deck beat a crackling magma? You don't. You don't. I mean, this is it. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the turn 2, assuming we draw land here. I'd like everyone to bask in the glory of the turn 2, whatever this is. Oh, geez, another fair green deck. This sounds so good. We got 2 draws of the land. Even if we miss on the land, we can, like, turn 3 them, right? That's not a land. Let us pray we brick. There's no way everyone's not playing this deck if we turn 2 them here, right? It's like hashtag broke it. Ooh, are we getting Nether Reliquary? Reflector Mage! Oh, God. Holy shit. That just happened. Huh. Well, that is certainly a thing. Oh, I can't play that one. Right. That's how Reflector Mage works. Alright. Go? I thought they banned Reflector Mage. Judge, can I get a refund on this league? I thought Reflector Mage was banned. Anyone? Bueller? I mean, I'd much rather my Llanowar Elves get Reflector Mage than, like, the thing I put into play, right? God, these darn interactive decks. I just want to lock people out with Iona. Is that an option? Man, could have anything, even a Spell Queller here. This is Chord of Calling, right? Like, they didn't attack with the Reflector Mage here, they're cording for 2. They probably have the Vizier combo in their deck, honestly. I think I'm supposed to go for it here. I feel like this is like Chord for Devoted Druid and then untapping combos. I think I have to play into Spell Queller here. I think I have to play into Spell Queller here. So let's do this. I guess let's technically do this in the right order, right? Cast this, void these 2. If I put Elesh Norn into play, they can't Vizier combo me. Alright, don't quill on me, bro. Where am I at here? What are we doing? What do you think? Alright, you're thinking about it. So you have Spell Queller, but you think you can just combo through whatever I'm getting? Good night, my sweet prince. Respond to that. Oh, baby. I guess if they have Path here, this attack is really bad, but whatever. Okay. Alright, do we get him? I feel like we might have gotten him. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Are we gonna get him? I feel like they might have gotten got. What are we thinking, opponent? What are we thinking? I mean, I'm sure we're just getting wins here because people don't understand. I don't play Modern, but seeing 8-rack has me interested. I'm an idiot for attempting this deck. It depends on what level you're going to play at Geek MP3. Like, if you're just planning to play Modern at, like, your LGS, like, casual, maybe occasionally, like, the most competitive thing you're going to play is, like, a GPT or a PPTQ, something like 8-rack is fine. Like, Modern's a format where, like, there's a lot of different decks that are all just, like, kind of reasonable. If you were looking to, like, be successful, like, traveling to, like, Opens or Grand Prix or an Invitational or larger scale events, I would not recommend building a deck like 8-rack, but, like, building a tier 3 deck like 8-rack is perfectly fine if you're just playing local events. That doesn't look like another Reflector Mage. Oh, look at that. Oh, the Eternal Witness. You don't say. Okay, so this Elvish Champion should be lights out here then. Returns Misty Rainforest. So they're looking to Collected Company into a Reflector Mage here then, probably. Perfect. That actually just kills them, because it means I don't have to tap an elf to cast this Elvish Champion. Gives my Dork's Forest Walk. What deck would you recommend for my local Hex events? Whichever one ladders you up the fastest, Klutzy Poo. Get into the top 64, big boy. Alright. Teaglesworth sounds great. Witness can, in fact, get itself back if Elesh Norn is in play. That is something you are legally allowed to do. It's probably a matchup where Linvala is fine. Again, I don't know that Iona is good enough in this matchup. Just gonna board this out. Just trim one of these. Doesn't seem completely unreasonable. I feel like we're gonna win through like more fair means more often than not in a lot of these post-board games. That's why the hell you sent it out there, right? Hornet Queen could be okay. I guess Path Exile might not be unreasonable. I mean, at the very least, this deck is hilarious, which is why I play Magic, right? I think I'm just going to submit like this. I think leaving 3 riders in is fine. Alright, so I believe our opponent's playing some kind of Bant Company deck. I mean, you know, technically we can play an Allosaurus Rider on the first turn of the game with the sand. For 4 lands is a pretty easy mulligan, I think, though. If one of these was a Horizon Canopy, I might entertain keeping this, just because, like, 1-drop Elf would be really good. This sand's much better. Heritage Druid. I think I'm going to bottom that since I already have one in favor of looking for a land or an Eldritch Evolution here. Lead the Stampede is excellent at fueling our Allosaurus Rider since this generally draws 2 or 3 green cards for us. Also helps us unmulligan nicely, which is great. If we get a second land on 2, we can go Mystic on 1 and the Dwynen's Elite Heritage Druid on 2, which is pretty great for us. Perfect. And then, so like next turn, if we don't get Reflector Mage here, we can go Garden, Dwynen's Elite Heritage Druid, Lead the Stampede. It's like really, really solid sequence. They are on the Devoted Druid plan. So we could die next turn. Gee, getting late again tonight. Maybe I should have passed them when I'm on the draw. It's very possible. We to do with her different world. Gaddock Teeg. He's probably going to be a turn too slow. Probably going to be a turn too slow here. We'll see. They can company next turn. Just can play the Allosaurus Rider, but doesn't do a whole lot here. Yeah, she got a fake ID. They'll never know she's 17. It's probably like, I believe it was, who was it? I'm blanking on the name. Eli Cassis was playing Bant Company with the Devoted Druid combo in it. God, he's this is just, Teague's not mad. He's just disappointed, is what it comes down to. Oh, yeah. Breaks the rules of everyone. Competent excuse. Got a fake ID, they'll never know she's 17. Watch as my opponent spins the wheel here, see if they find something that can kill us. For, like, the sake of life, Evie will probably concede when they have the kill on the table, but we don't know that they're actually dead yet. Alright, Aven Mind Sensor, that's pretty good. It's probably going to bring in Path to Exile. Not that they've shown us they have Aven Mind Sensor in the deck. Might even trim an Eldritch Evolution, honestly. Maybe we'll trim like a second rider, another evolution. Meddling Mage, that's adorable. Yeah, 10 out of 10 want some paths in my deck, I think. Did I bring my Linvala in? I feel like I did. Yeah, I brought the Linvala in. Probably want all 4 evolutions, even with the Linvala. Shutting off the mana creatures is a pretty big game. The red is because they're likely playing Kestig Wolfrun for their Knight of the Reliquary combo. I believe they're playing Bant Retreat. They're like, I'm not sure what I want to name with this because, like, this is locking down Eldritch Evolution. Like, if this Mind Sensor wasn't here, this Meddling Mage would just, like, snap off Evolution, right? Elvish Archdruid, sure. Man, look at that. All dolled up with infinite mana and nowhere to go. That's so sad. This is my Kithkin Advisor. God, just got told to quell ourselves. Good lord. No idea. I think if Splinter Twin is too good for Modern, the Vizier combo is probably too good. Alright, Bonus just got a whole lot of nothing going on. Hopefully we can find an Elvish Champion here. That would be hot. Just get him. Just drawing Elesh Norn would also be excellent. Crack this Horizon Canopy and end step here. Nicotine. Why not go for Evolution last turn with Canopy Draw? Well, there's even Mind Sensor on the table here. Like, makes it a little bit more annoying. I'm probably going to Evolution this Allosaurus Rider just to, like, you know, be all up all night to get lucky here. I mean, I guess I could technically Evolution right now, right? Like, I can make 3 mana. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, what do the kids do in Standard? They spin the wheel. It feels only natural to do that here, right? Never forget, Magic is a skill game, and the better player always wins. I would like the record to reflect that we planned it that way. GG's opponent. Alright. Alright. Let's go for the... I feel kind of bad. I bet my opponent had a family, too. And we just, like, just brutally savaged them on stream. In fact, I hope I'm still allowed to stream Twitch after showing that. Opponent's Mind Sensor had no text, right? And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why I will never register the card Aven Mind Sensor, because often it is a 2/1 flyer with no text box. Thank you for the cheer, Pun Count Infinity. I do appreciate it. Tonight's not going to be a particularly long stream. I'm not quite 100% yet. I think this might be my last match. I need to get some sleep. Just post the replay on Pornhub, right? Just, you know, whatever. NBD. What were the odds? 1 in 12-ish. Never tell me the odds, right? Of course we're 4-0. Deck's perfect. Deck's perfect. I'm perfect. Y'all in chat are perfect. Magic's great. Life's great. Ho, ho, I'm so insecure, yeah. So, starting next week, I don't have a regular Magic schedule just yet for Twitch, but starting next week, I'm going to be putting one together. I think my goal is going to be one morning, one afternoon, and one evening every week. What does this hand do? God, this hand is so good with some lands. I can't keep this, right? This is probably just, like, the loosest of geese. I'd keep this, like if this wasn't here or this rider wasn't here, I'd probably keep this on 6 with a scry on the draw. Keep it? You think we should keep it? We're on the draw. Our deck is, like, mostly mana, right? Like, we only have 18 lands, so there's only 17 more lands in my deck, but I've got 11 mana, guys. Alright, yeah, you're right. Oh, Tron, we were going to lose anyways. That's fine. We didn't want this list of 5-0 anyways. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, my body is ready. My body is ready to be Karned. Speaking as someone who, like, exclusively plays decks that never beat a Karn, like, I think I'm going to Allosaurus Rider, pitching these two, and then play the Dwynen's Elite with a token. That's probably correct here. I guess I could just, like, wait a turn, too. The problem is Iona and Elesh Norn are both just, like, not fantastic in this matchup. You can see the name of all of the cards in my hand. Anyone telling me they could read the text on this card while it's in my hand, other than just, like, the name in the picture, like, that's... You're lying to me. Yeah, right? I mean, like, all roads lead to death here, right? That's basically what's happening here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cast this by exiling these two idiots. I don't think... I feel like there aren't any evolution targets we can even really get that would be particularly good in this matchup, right? Like, opponent's just gonna, like, play Karn and, like, start eating our stuff. This empty street on the boulevard. God, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. What a great song to be playing. Like, the soundtrack of Tron on 3. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Cologne I walk. Please be a worm coil. Oh, good, it's Eldrazi Tron. God bless. I have a chance. I feel like we have a chance against Eldrazi Tron. Yep. Alright, well, shock myself. Let's go get Elesh Norn. Hoping and praying. Oh, the less good Tron. This Tron deck's not quite as scary as the other one. This is the concede button for the all is dust here. Karn also still good, believe it or not. We're hoping their hand is full of cards that, like, cost less than 7 mana. That's unfortunate. It's only a 2-2, but it's going to take this Lead the Stampede out of my hand. Hornet Queen's pretty reasonable this matchup out of the board. Not the worst. Better than Iona, which basically doesn't have a text box. Cologne. If they're playing a Thought Seer here, they probably don't have that good of cards left in their hand. Kinda sad to lose my Divination, but here's what it is. Thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone... you cannot link your Discord on mobile, Jace. You'll have to use the desktop web browser to open your user settings. Is that a good draw? If so, why? Walk alone, I walk up. We are not going to attack the Elesh Norn in here because I am not losing Elesh Norn to a Dismember. Unless, of course, they activate this to make something not attack or block, in which case, you know, more power to them. Yeah, so they probably have Dismember here, so I'm not attacking with Elesh Norn. Like, if they have All His Dust or Karn, like, we're just not going to be able to play around those. You know, don't play around things you can't beat. So let's just, like, play this Archdruid and continue shoving. Yep, they have a Dismember. Do they have 2 Dismembers is the question. Hopefully this is, yeah, pointing at the Archdruid and not at my Elesh Norn. God bless. We gonna draw a card now with this, with the other 2 mana? This is why we didn't attack with this. Yep. Taking 7 here, or are they gonna let me draw a card? Okay. That's pretty good for me. The fact that they're blocking there should mean they don't have a Karn or a other thing in hand just yet. 10 out of 10 playing this out. Is my cursor off? Yeah, it's a result of Magic Online doesn't run natively on non-Windows operating systems. God, he drew the fucking All His Dust. Yep. Oh, that's unfortunate. Did not close out quite as quick as we wanted to. Had a slow start. Alright, let's bring in this. Let's bring in Linvala. Let's bring in Sir Teaglesworth. We don't really want Iona. We don't want Elvish Champion. I don't think Ezuri's particularly good either. That seem reasonable? This doesn't seem unreasonable. I guess Path doesn't seem awful. If I'm, like, not bringing in Path here, when am I bringing it in? Maybe I don't want the Sylvan Messenger. I'm probably just, like, getting Linvala every time, right? I don't think this is a matchup where I want to trim Allosaurus Rider. Cut that, maybe. Seems fine. Yeah, let's run it. I don't think Grizzlebrand is winning you games that, like, the other bombs we're playing aren't winning you. Pretty easy mulligan here. Yeah, seems fine. Hornet Queen on top. I think I'd rather not draw that. I mean, Visionary is kind of just, like, filler, right? Like, never doing anything particular. Sequencing was incorrect here. Should have played the Visionary first in case I had a 1-drop I wanted to play more than this. Fizzy Dragon Pun with the 8-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Weird. They're not going to have Tron on 3. That's so strange. What a strange idea. Warping Whale. That's rude. I mean, I guess it's not countering Eldritch Evolution now. I boarded out the Messenger, which is what I kind of want to draw right now, which feels bad. I just like playing Boreal Druid here, and then holding up the path and attacking for 2. Doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Let me path them in response to a Thought Not Seer entering play next turn, and they have to choose between Llanowar and Eldritch Evolution for which one has to get on my hand. Not a great spot, but things could definitely be worse. He has the Temple, so we could get Smushered this turn too. I mean, like, you trim cantrips and Storm, decks like Storm all the time. Yeah, I don't think we're pathing that. Yeah, this is the downside of putting cards like Allosaurus Rider in your deck. You're going to draw them at opportunities like this, where it just doesn't feel good. Like, if these were both main deck cards here, we could just, like, get an Elesh Norn. But unfortunately, these are sideboarded white cards that we brought in. This has to exile green cards. You have to exile 2 green cards from your hand, so we can't Allosaurus Rider. I think I'm going to turn this into an Archdruid here. Hold the path up still. I might be right to just path this and bin the Allosaurus Rider here. Next turn we can play the Llanowar. Conceding to all his dust. Endbringer shirt. Don't really care about that one. Can Llanowar unlock that one down? Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to path and bin this Allosaurus Rider. They have a dismember for this Llanowar. The game will just end. Well, that could be good at some point. Not attacking my 2/2s into the 5/5. Another Smusher is real bad for us, too. A lot of things we can't beat here. Thought not. Yeah, remember that time we drew our best card instead of drawing a land? Pepperidge Farm remembers. We can't just sit here and take hits from this, so I'm going to trade my Llanowar for the Endbringer, I think, here. Maybe follow up Endbringer next turn. We're going to feel bad about ourselves, but, you know, just like playing from... Are they going to have Endbringer this turn, even? Hangerback Walker? Or Walking Ballista? Yeah, good game's opponent. Alright. Finished 4-1. Definitely could have gone worse. Got some fun boxes here. As you can probably hear, I am still moderately sick, so I'm going to go ahead and take off for the night. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Welcome back to my resubs, and thank you for the couple of new subs that we had as well. Remember, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you follow the stream and follow me on Twitter, get notifications when I'm going live. I'm going to have a regular Magic streaming schedule set up for next week. Big shout out to all my sponsors as well. If you can't afford to subscribe, but you're going to be buying some Magic stuff anyways, be sure to check out mtgotraders.com for all of your Magic Online card needs, inkedgaming.com for any of your customization needs for mouse pads and playmats and all that jazz. Sparedeck.com will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. And then mtgcardmarket.com is where all of my written content is published every single week. Generally write about all sorts of constructed Magic stuff on there. You can find discount codes for all of those wonderful websites and services in the sponsors link down below the stream. If you didn't catch the entirety of tonight's stream, because I don't stream with music, I'm able to archive all of my streams to my YouTube channel. If you tap the screen and press the little I, you can find a button to my YouTube channel. This archive will get uploading there, and it'll probably be available in about half hour to 45 minutes. I'll publish it before I head to sleep, so you can catch all of my streams there. I would love to open those chests if you want to donate $2.50 per chest.